It's cool to be in Jackson too.
So you, even though aren't from Jackson, have a local connection that brought you here. Tell me a little bit about how you ended up here.
So about 20 years ago, I was in the Army and I had gotten out. I was a single dad, and I had 2 daughters to take care of. And so I had to make a decision if I wanted to stay in the Army or not. And being a single dad in the military, it's kind of a rough situation. So I had gotten out of the Army, and here I was, a single dad in the Jackson area, and I met a local. Her name was Julie Besky at the time. And so I met Julie, and we kind of hit it off, and we ended up getting married, and she followed me around for the next 20 years. And after COVID, she said to me, she's like, we were living in Grand Haven, and she was like, it'd be really awesome to go home and just enjoy that for a little bit. So that's what brought us here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, welcome home.
Thanks. It's nice to be here.
Amazing career. U.S. Army, 2 combat tours in Iraq, 1 in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Chief instructor of the Signal School. Amazing. Thanks for your service.
Well, thanks. Just happy to be here.
You also had a pretty big career in industry.
I did.
You were with Hayworth?
I was with Hayworth. It's a $1 billion organization that makes office furniture in West Michigan. So the big 3 in the office furniture is Hayworth, Miller, and Steelcase, Herman Miller. And Hayworth is the one that kind of screwed up and hired me, and it was a great time working in corporate America. It was fun.
So it sounds like, and that's just some, I've just scratched the surface of Sean's background. So all of these experiences, they're probably going to contribute to your new job in communications and development at the museum.
Yeah, so right now I'm charged with trying to make the museum more awesome than it is right now. Everybody kind of alludes to the Ella Sharp Museum as Jackson's hidden gem. And my job is to make it not so hidden anymore, and to try and grow the museum along with the community at the same time.
Yeah, that's not really a good slogan, is it?
No, no, it's not. We got to work on that one.
So one of the things that helps put the museum on the map is the Art, Beer, and Wine Festival.
Yeah, and speaking of the Art, Beer, and Wine Festival, this year on June 11th, we changed the hours this year. It's usually from 1 to 7, but this year it's going to be from 2 till 8. And we've got a lot of bands on point, some amazing beer vendors and other vendors on point, and some incredible artists all on set.
All right, so this is the 3rd time change over the last few years, because I think it one time started at 11, then it started at noon, and then 1, and now 2, but it goes later.
Yeah.
So what's the thinking on the later day?
When I tell you, you're not going to believe. I'd love to say it's a great strategy
Soccer.
thing. Yes, well, they're actually, someone is doing a 5K or something in the park, and so we had to flip-flop our time appropriately. And I got to tell you, the folks at the museum were kind of wound up too. I said, wow, we got to move the time a little bit, and they were really kind of angst about that, because people in the community really depend on those times. And yeah, it was for a run, so it was just making some room for people to do some physical exercise and have a good time.
Well, people actually, I think, were there well past 8 o'clock last year anyway. So. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear it's I've never been, so this is my first Art, Beer, and Wine Festival through the museum, so I'm pretty excited to be a part of it.
Well, it's grown to the point where you sell out now, right?
Yes, we do. We do sell out. And our last Art, Beer, and Wine Festival, we had over 7,000 plus people there, or in attendance. It was like shoulder to shoulder. So this year we're going to try and limit it to 5,000 people. That way, when folks come to the Art, Beer, and Wine Festival at the Ella Sharp Park and the museum, they now have a chance to really kind of enjoy it and not be so crowded and cramped up. So we'll give you a little. We're trying to give people the opportunity to have a little more space while they're enjoying themselves.
And I think the last year you were able to bump out the whole footprint of the event, and even more so this year.
Oh yeah, well, you know what they say, once you move out, it's hard to move back. So we got a little bit extra real estate, and we're going to go ahead and capitalize on that just to make it a very cool event for the people that want to attend. It's really exciting, and we do need some volunteers.
I know, that's probably the biggest push you have right now, is getting enough. And it's over like 500 people you really need?
Yeah, about 400 or 500 folks we
Wow.
need. And we've got our morning shift already filled, which is really fantastic. We're just looking for some folks to fill in for our afternoon shift, which is usually the one where everybody has the most fun at the museum.
Yeah. Well, I know, as a volunteer in the past, I know why the morning shift fills up, because those people do get free admission to the event. So they work in the morning, and then they hang out in the afternoon.
They sure do.
Yep. But the afternoon, we need you too.
Yeah, we do. We need some folks in the afternoon, so we need some folks that want to be some late hitters for us to make it pretty awesome.
The event is selective in who gets to exhibit and sell?
So the folks that get to exhibit and sell are artists in the community, and that's our goal, is to make sure that they have the opportunity to showcase their artwork and showcase all of the things that they do. And so that's, and the musicians at the same time, and of course the beer and wine vendors are all there.
How about food?
Oh, we got food from everybody. So there's going to be food trucks galore. There'll be food available for folks all over the place, and we also have an opportunity for some folks, if they want a little more helpings of the food, they can purchase a VIP ticket, which are a little more expensive, but then they get to go into an air-conditioned space and enjoy a little more food and more drink.
Yes, the VIP experience. I was a volunteer one year where I was working in that space, and it was it was a super hot day, and it was, people wished they had bought the VIP ticket because it was sold out, but they could get relax in air-conditioned comfort and eat. I think you had a buffet in there.
Yeah,
too.
they got some food in there for folks to just partake in all afternoon. It's a cool setup.
So for you, being at an art and local history museum, what's your personal interest and what are you most excited about being at Ella Sharp?
I think what I'm most excited about being at Ella Sharp Museum is the opportunity to make a difference. When I came to Jackson, there were really two gigs that I wanted to do in the community. One was the violent crimes coordinator that was opened up in the city, and the other one was at the museum as the director of development and communications. And my family was, after all, going to Iraq a couple times in Afghanistan, they really wanted me to take the gig at the museum.
Yeah.
So I just love the opportunity to make a difference, help the community out in doing something pretty awesome. And I mean, Jackson's on the verge of doing some great things, and to be a part of that by using history, science, and art to be able to grow that in the community, it's kind of a cool position to be in.
And besides the job, what do you do outside? What have you liked about Jackson? What have you discovered?
Oh gosh, all the food and the Dirty Bird right next door is amazing. I probably shouldn't give them a plug like that, but I did. That food is great.
Yeah.
So we frequent a lot of the restaurants downtown, my wife and I do. I do some kayaking whenever I get a chance. Corporate American didn't give me a lot of time to do hobbies. So now in my free time, I'm starting to enjoy myself, and that's been really nice.
Cool. All right, so John needs some volunteers for Art, Beer, and Wine. And what do they get? I mentioned the free admission, right?
Oh, volunteers get some great things. If you volunteer to come work with us on Art, Beer, and Wine Day, you get a t-shirt, free admission into the festival, which is fantastic, and you get some food all day long, and you get to work with all the cool people at the museum. So if you're given all those things, you might as well come volunteer and have a great time.
Plus, you'll be part of the JTV crew, because JTV is the volunteer sponsor at this year's festival. So sign up and help out. You'll have a blast. Great. Hope we'd have a day better than this weather-wise.
I hope so too. If it rains that day, I don't know what to expect. But a lot of people having fun in the rain is hopefully.
It turns out you can still eat and drink in the rain.
That's true.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Director of Development and Communications at Ella Sharp Museum, Sean Stenberg. Lots more coming up. There are some things happening this week and weekend. We'll clue you in on those next.
Hi, I'm Joe Sharp, owner of Printer Source Plus. It is my philosophy to always do what's right for our customers. At Printer Source Plus, we have the most transparent office copier lease and purchase solutions in the industry. Unfortunately, transparency is not always industry standard. I'd like to help you avoid some of the pitfalls many businesses experience when leasing an office copier. Be sure to read your contract thoroughly before signing. You'll want to understand a few key points of the agreement. How much will you be charged per copy, especially for color? Do you have limits on how much you print, and what is the penalty if you go over? What is the end of the lease term period, and what, if any, fees are associated with ending the lease? And finally, who owns the machine when the lease expires? Are you about to lease, or do you have questions about your current lease? If you do, please give me a call at 517-817-0680.
Improving the air quality in your home isn't a luxury, it's improving your family's lives. Our staff do each job carefully, completely, and with great attention paid to you, the homeowner. We take care to leave each home better than we found it, and when you take your first breath after one of our cleanings, I'm sure you'll agree. We can help keep your home cleaner and your air safer by scheduling a cleaning today. Ducks, we're your indoor air professionals.
Willis & Jurasik is your one-stop shop for accounting, tax, and consulting needs. As the largest locally owned CPA firm in the Jackson area, their nearly 30 team members take a proactive approach in recognizing the current and future needs of each of their clients, never settling for providing an average experience. Their persistent drive to add value to clients, both large and small, has solidified their clients' confidence since 1967. Willis & Jurasik is focused on your future.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy. We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
Jackson Coffee Company. Roasted fresh in store so you can brew it at home.
As far as recommending Dr. Bogue in community hearing, I would do so without question and without hesitation.
I've had other hearing aid providers and the hearing isn't quite there, but Dr. Kelly's been able to really make some serious, significant improvements and adjustments to really improve my hearing.
She's really, really good at what she does. She knows what you're talking about instantly. So it's easy to explain something to her even if it doesn't make sense to yourself.
She makes me feel that she's interested and that she is genuinely concerned about the issue, and she makes you feel comfortable and confident that she knows what she's doing.
She takes all the time that you need to properly fit a set of hearing aids. They're a very professional organization, and I would recommend them to anybody. And actually, I have recommended them to 3 or 4 people.
I have no regrets at all about coming here.
The 38th Annual Special Olympics Area 19 Golf Scramble is Saturday, May 14th at Hankard Hills. And 38 years, volunteers have helped raise money to benefit the athletes of Special Olympics. Every year they need your help. They help send athletes to Mount Pleasant to participate in the Special Olympics Games. Your entry fee of $85 provides you with 18 holes of golf, dinner, awards, raffle drawings, plus a great time playing golf at Hankard Hills. Could even win a car from Art Maine. So get signed up. Call Randy Coleman at 740-3887 or Melissa Callison at 392-1004 and make plans to be at Hankard Hills Saturday, May 14th. Got coming up this weekend, the Jackson Symphony Orchestra Music on Tap series. This is the season finale, and they are featuring John D. Lamb in his very popular Songwriter Showcase. Those who have been in the past know that John uses his deep connections in the Michigan songwriting community to fill the stage with amazing artists. These singer-songwriters will be performing along with John, Lyndon Thoburn, Michael Crittenden, Amy Pennedy. It's a great evening at Weatherwax Hall. Tickets are $15 right now, $20 at the door for Saturday's 8 p.m. concert at Weatherwax Hall. We'll see you. I think John D. Lamb was the very first performer at a Music on Tap series. He got the whole thing underway. Next, we've got the Young People of Purpose helping to entertain and educate the community at the museum. Diane Washington, the founder, is here with artist Lou Kubile. He'll join us next. Stay tuned.